Prepare yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
What's up, invaders? Happy Saturday Hobby Hangout. I'd like to say this is our Halloween Hobby Hangout. And hey, look who's here today with me.
I made it. We didn't have a game tonight, so I am here.
You ready to sling some paint?
I am ready to lick my paintbrush and all that fun stuff.
Well, when we were starting the intro, I lost you a little bit there, and I heard the little bloop of you jumping back on.
Yeah,
I thought,
it was weird.
He must have went to lick his paintbrush or something.
I must have. I don't know what it was. Let me see. All right, I'm going to share this around.
But welcome in, you guys. We're I think at that point in life where we're grognards and we don't do anything fancy for Halloween. So here we are working on our ton of minis that we have, right?
Oh, yeah.
But if you guys are joining us, say hello. Let us know how we sound. I'm always like to check to make sure that you guys can hear us okay out there in the internet land. And I'm doing some of the business stuff right now to get it done and out of the way.
Business.
And hey, if you guys missed out on this last Thursday, here's a reminder for you guys to check us out every Thursday for a live short stream. This week, we had a special guest. Our good friend Matt Burns came on. We got to dive a little bit into his mind. We probably easily could have talked to Matt for another hour, which we kind of did off the air.
Oh, yeah. I think it was longer than an hour once we got off.
And, I mean, we had a good little chat with him off the air that afterwards, I was like, man, we should have just kept recording. We should have just left it going. Told Matt that we were signing off, and he would have spilled the beans on something.
Oh, yeah. Everything would have came out. Yeah, but then he wouldn't have talked to us again. And then, that wouldn't have been any fun.
That's just some of the stuff that you guys missed. And you know what? You can, if you did miss it, you can go watch the VOD, whether you want to watch it on Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and even on Twitch. We have it over there on the Twitch that, you can help us boost that Twitch, as Clem likes to say. Let's see. Hey, we got
Tonio's here.
Tonio. Hobby, that's right.
That's right.
He says sound is good. Thank you. All right.
Peace. There we go. All right. I had to share it all over the place. All right. Well, I'm not super fancy like Eric. I don't have the 2-camera thing going on. So I am, since I got all these shadows on my face because my lights aren't set up. Boom. Wrong camera. Still me.
I just zoomed in on your face a little bit.
I know, right? Yay. What the heck happened? There's my other camera. Maybe.
So if you guys are working on stuff tonight with us, let us know what you're working on. If not, if you're just hanging out, especially tonight, you're going to listen to us, the shenanigans, us chit-chatting between each other, and join in on the conversation. By all means.
What the heck is going on with my camera?
I think you froze up, sir. Well, while Mac figures out his camera situation, he just had it working, so I'm not too sure why it's not working. Hopefully he'll be back soon for that, but Elton's working on some Pulp City. Awesome. I know I never got any of those minis. I know Mac found a huge Kickstarter online that he ended up getting a bunch of stuff, actually. And I never got into any of it, or I never found any, to tell you the truth, is what it was. So far, the only superhero-esque game I got into was the Marvel Crisis Protocol. And even that was pretty brief. I only have, I think, bare minimum to actually play the game, paint it, and all that stuff. Oh, welcome in, Bob. Bob's been building lots of Shadows of Brimstone. Bob, I did not know you. Is that a recent dive in for you? I know a couple people that just got into it. And your pile of opportunity is growing to unwieldy sizes. I feel your pain there, Bob. I really do. I've slowed down a little bit with some of the larger sets, but it hasn't stopped completely. Let's see. Elton, yes, they are hard to come by. Hopefully their stock and store problems get corrected soon. Now, am I correct in remembering, they're not a US based company, right? For their products they make, they're UK, I believe. Here comes Mac.
Holy moly.
Back. And that's weird because it was working for you earlier before we went live.
I know. Changed all my settings and everything. I don't know what was going on.
Wow.
All right. Well, I think I got it.
You missed out a little bit on the chit chat. Elton's working on some Pulp City. And
oh man, he's such a good painter, dude. I want to, you know what? For hobby night tonight, since Tonio's here, I'm just going to set fire to my paintbrushes.
And then Mr. Bob is in here working on Shadows of Brimstone, he said.
I saw that Bob was here. Hello, Bob. How are you, sir?
It's been a while since we've seen Bob in the Indie Invasion world.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
He has about as many kids as you do, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I know. It can be a lot.
Okay, what the heck did I do with it's behind me. Looking for the Java, the most important thing tonight.
I know.
Behind me.
I got to get myself a cup here. I didn't have a cup. Because I broke everything all of a sudden as soon as we went live.
Geez. So I put in the notes that I am working on wild guess. Don't look back. New stuff that I just
no, you're not. You don't have any. Don't look back.
Yeah, this is the new stuff that just came out with the pre-order for the new Curse Crate pack hunt. So I'm working on my new pack killer set, the DeGraw Cleaning Crew.
Nice.
Bunch of guys in like little biohazard suits. And you can't have a scary, spooky game without cultists, right? So I'm working on the Northwood cultist tonight. And because I think I decided on a color for their robe. So what are you working on, Mac?
Well, let's see. I got some Deep Wars stuff I'm finishing up right here. I'm hoping I can get this guy done tonight.
That's a big one too.
Yeah, he's pretty good size. He's a cool model. And I got this is a dude that Clem printed for me on his 3D printer. Unfortunately,
cool.
I have now lost my
Why did he get rid of his?
I've lost my 3D printer resource now.
If he comes on tonight, I'm gonna grill him on that.
Yeah, because I don't have anyone. I got to find a new person to work a deal with for printing resin.
My folder of opportunity is starting to grow.
Yeah,
that guy kind of looked like a medieval Hulk.
He's a Spriggan.
Okay.
Is what he's supposed to be. Well, I did that on purpose. Okay. So I did him green, because he's like a Spriggan. And then I was like, I got to do his loincloth purple because he kind of looks like the Hulk. So
yeah.
the Hulk feel was kind of on purpose.
Okay.
That was
What's up, Mini Warmutt? Welcome in.
Yeah.
Joining us on YouTube.
Yeah, and I've got some Infamy miniatures here too.
Oh, okay.
To work on
angels and stuff. That looks like an angel.
She's like a clockwork fairy.
Oh, okay.
And then of course I got a bunch of Deep Wars stuff up here. Also, I don't even know if this is gonna fit in here. This is one of many pieces for the Stormcrow Mansion.
That's still the basement level?
Yeah, this is still the basement. I have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, probably 10 more pieces to print for the basement.
Oh, wow.
And then there's 4 stories on top of the basement.
What is the table like layout of that? How much table space is that taking?
It's pretty much a 4x4 by itself.
That's not as bad as I thought. It just seemed like it was really long, but I guess that's just what you've printed so far.
It's pretty long, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
But you know, to be honest, I don't really know except for pictures that I've looked at. I have sort of an idea with it laid out on the table, but we'll see.
Oh, Tonio said, "Don't burn your brushes. It's harder to paint after."
That's very true. Then it's really
nice
bad.
Effects, though.
You be painting like this. A little paint right there. Yeah.
Mini Warmutt said he's about to have some chipotle.
Chipotle.
I call it chipotle. And
Chipotle.
And he's watching the Predators. And then he's going to finish some TT Combat Terrain.
I love me some TT Combat Terrain.
Yeah, I call it chipotle because just once when me and the wife were first dating, I think somebody said it wrong, and ever since then it just stuck. Chipotle. Okay, we're getting a weird sound effect. I think that's you, Mac. Sound like a chipmunk. Weird. Yeah, I think, Bob, the alien transmission is breaking through. I don't know what's going on tonight. Our sound was fine. What's up, Tyler? I think you guys can hear me still. I don't hear Mac, though. Mac is working.
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah, that's my bad microphone. I don't know why my HyperX cut out.
That's weird. You sounded like a chipmunk.
Oh,
like
awesome.
Like Bob said, he was wondering if the alien transmission was breaking through.
Well, it probably is. I do have a lot of Violent Dark minis on my table, so.
Oh, okay.
So it could be. I don't know.
That's the first time I've ever heard something like that in all this time that we've been doing this on SteamYard. It was like somebody was fast forwarding a tape cassette.
The only thing I can think of is,
like Tyler said, chipmunks.
the only thing I can think of is I have a USB port, multi-port plugged into my computer, and I think my camera was plugged into it and my microphone is plugged into it. So I think the port, the little hub might be just taking a dump.
Much.
Yeah. Well, it works normally, but I think maybe it's just taking a dump. I don't know.
Interesting. Very weird. Well, I am going to change my camera view here. I'll zoom in on what I'm working on tonight. I'm kind of waiting for something to dry right now because before we went live, guys, I was actually still working on getting these guys primed up and ready to go. And basically what I'm doing, I trying something a little bit different with the speed paint. So these guys here, my little cleaning crew guys, I primed my normal grayish prime, but then I added, which color is it? Null oil to just the darker recesses on this. So I'm kind of waiting for that to dry a little bit more. And then I'm going to hit it with the speed paint. From what I've heard, it's a little less drastic and so much of a change in the the dark and the light and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll help the speed paint do its thing a little bit easier, not be so drastic of a difference. And then these guys, the cultists, are just getting some normal paint. I'm just gonna do some normal painting tonight. No messing around. But I need to just switch my camera here and turn a light on.
Turn the light on.
Face cam is going away. Boop.
All right, I'm gonna try chipmunks again
All right.
because I switched up my mic cables. So y'all have to let me know if we go chipmunk again.
This is some high-tech stuff here tonight.
High tech stuff. We have no idea what we're doing. Generally, don't. All right, is it chipmunks again?
No, you actually sound
Okay.
crisp and clear.
Well, because that's the good microphone. So
yeah, Bob, that's the way I was doing it, but I cannot call it slap chop. I think that's just a weird name. I call it, gradation painting. It's just I use the official art term for it. But it's just me. I wanted to try something different. I've had that method work pretty good, but I think I'm making it too contrast between the extreme black, and then I usually work it up to a white. I think it's too much, and I've been I think it was last week I had some issues with doing the skin tone speed paint because it was too bleached out.
And so what are you doing tonight?
So tonight I'm doing like a middle gray, and then I use the null oil and just put it in my shadows, and that's it.
So what I've been doing with my speed paints, not all the time, but sometimes, is I prime black, dry brush, do a heavy dry brush of white, and then apply the speed paints over the top of that. And it's gotten some nice results. I think I got something right here. This isn't finished, but let's see if I can get that in there.
See, it looks good. I mean, my whites, I don't know, maybe I thought I was just dry brushing too much.
Yeah, I did and then so the dry brush is like this. I mean, that's how heavy the dry brush is over the black.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
See, that's basically what my guys look like, is like that. I just did a different way.
I don't even know where to begin tonight.
Oh, you just need to grab one and go.
I've already finished. I'm waiting on stuff to dry too. So I'm waiting on the black on here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the skin color either.
I've had it work okay on just basic, a basic primer, but
I actually use it as like a wash over my flesh and then highlight over the top of that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did too. I know they're kind of retooling some of the speed paint. Maybe they'll do a different one for that, for a flesh tone.
Oh, that might be fun. I'm gonna do some experimenting here.
Yeah, he says he does extra contrast on his Zenthal.
Zenithal, and it works well, just not skin tone. Yeah. So I finished this guy. He's technically Wild West Exodus, but he's now going into Twisted, of course.
Sherman.
It's now Sergeant Harper. Sergeant Harper of the 95th Rifles. If anybody catches that reference.
I think I know that reference.
Okay, so should I go yellow or orange for this guy?
Well,
I've got blue ones.
Orange would make him look too much like some kind of fire beast, I think.
Or like a big giant pumpkin.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, it's the pumpkin. It's attacking.
Yellow would be
pumpkin.
nice because once it's dry, if you wanted to accent it with different colors, it'd be easier.
Well, let's give it a try because you know what? It's all good.
And you know what? Blondes have more fun.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
That's what they say.
I don't have any hair, so I don't. I have no reference for that.
I used to be blonde before I started getting old.
You're still blonde. You're just like it's a silver blonde, right?
Yeah, I'm going fairer, more fair, and pretty soon it'll just go straight to white. It's okay.
Then everybody will know you're a grognard when you show up at the store.
Yeah, I'll have to start using some Grecian.
You just have to go. You just have to go in grumpy.
Yeah. All right, I got to move this a little bit because I'm going to smack it. I just know it.
So for everybody that was there Thursday night or listened to the show, knows that I ordered another printer. Well, it's the worst thing possible. It's in the UPS warehouse in town and has been there since 4 o'clock this morning. No, I wanted it today because tomorrow's Sunday, so it won't come. So I got to wait till Monday.
I was surprised I got my pre-order from Blacksite so quick this week. I mean, they shipped it. When did they ship that? They shipped it out on like Saturday, and I think I got it Tuesday.
Nice.
So Tyler, if you're still on here, yours should be coming soon. You're closer. Because I know he's waiting for his still. He ordered a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
Bob was saying he calls it pre-shading. So he primes black, dry brush, gray, highlight, dry brush, off-white, and then the contrast and details.
Okay, cool.
Nice little formula there. He said the Bosk on his Facebook came out real nice that way.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think sometimes a lot of it depends on the mini itself too, right? If there's a lot of detail in there, it just seems there's more places for that, that paint, the pigment to soak into. And yeah, he's still waiting for his to be shipped. And they just released 3 new kits, Mac. Oh my God.
Who did?
Blacksite Friday.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
I really like that drive-in theater and the Beetlejuice house.
I heard that a tablet fits in the drive-in theater screen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Be playing some movies. Playing at the theater.
The crafters in the group know we've been doing that for a long time. There's been tablet inserts for a long time in the crafting community. That's not a new thing, but it is nice to see it in a kit now.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We're going to do some flesh tone, and I gotta adjust some lights here.
Get them lights adjusted. Someone has to make up for the technological errors I've already made. So show us what you got, Eric.
Show you what I got.
Yeah, be amazing with the technology.
Okay. I try to. I know enough to be dangerous.
I see. I know enough to be dangerous to the technology, but not to anything else. But that's okay. I just paint my little minis, make stuff out of garbage. I was
thinking about doing a weird flesh tone, but you know what? I think I'm just going to roll with it. Maybe I'll put over like a greenish wash to them.
You could do like one of the necrotic fleshes and then highlight it with a real flesh color.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I have those occasionally.
Trying to think, which one do I got that's a pro acryl that's like that? There's something like that, isn't there?
I don't know. I have most of them. I don't think that there is. Usually when I'm going for a necrotic flesh, I use my Army Painter necrotic flesh.
Yeah. Which I don't even know if I have that next to me. That might be over on the other table still somewhere.
Oh, TT Combat's putting out its own paint line. I don't know if anybody saw that.
No.
Yep. 60 paints and 12 washes.
I am surprised that they haven't done that yet.
Well, they have now. I think the Kickstarter is still going.
Getting flesh paint everywhere.
Don't quote me on that, but I think it is still going. And I looked at it, but I was like, man, I don't need any more paints. I might pick up a couple of them, like if they have a unique color
that
I want. But I really, really like the Pro Acryl paints and the particular colors of certain other things. Like there's still some GW colors that I like. And there's still Army Painter colors that I really like. And I still use those. But I think if I'm buying a large bulk of any colors of paints, any additional paints, it's going to be Pro Acryl. Because just the value, you know?
Yeah. They had a new set come out too, thinking about it. I still...
Did they? What is it?
Would like to add some more just variations on the colors.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, because I need some, but we all know that's not true. we all know nobody here. Just my 2 cents. 2 Thin Coats Kickstarter. Haven't tried them yet. Yeah, I saw that one too, Bob. I did.
What's that? No, olive flesh. I do not see. Yeah, I'll have to go look for it. It's probably mixed in with a bunch of colors I use for zombies. So I will have to dig it out. Because I'm thinking maybe I'll use that on the High Priest here. He kind of has a... Let's see if he'll focus for me. He kind of has like a face that looks like a Klingon, so...
A face only a mother would love.
Yeah, that's right.
So Bob got 5 triads to support Duncan because you like his videos. I do too, and he's an amazing painter. And the guy and that's just like the TT Combat one. Their painter for TT Combat, he's amazing, and he was obviously helped to design the paints too. So, and I mean that's the thing that intrigues you, I think, about getting the other paints is the folks that are really good painters. You know, it's not the paint that makes them a good painter, but you know they're going to be particular about what they're using.
Yeah.
So you're more prone to try it. I think that's my reason anyway. So I got that second printer coming, and I'm sitting in here today finishing up. I've got another print going for Deep Wars, wrecked submersible sub. It's like big one, big print.
Oh.
And I'm like, I could use a third printer. I don't even have my second one set up yet.
You got a place for it already?
Heck yeah. I got a place for 2 more. What are you talking about? I got a place for 2 more, and I could get a resin printer down there too. I haven't fully committed to that one, though. I don't know if I want to learn the resin printer.
Yeah, I know it's got a little bit of a learning curve, but I like once you get it dialed in, what you can get out.
All right.
Okay, save him. Where's the guy I just did? There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Fiddling with my camera a lot right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, I already noticed I keep trying to drift off a camera, so I'm trying to get it to where I don't have to think about it.
I gotcha.
This guy I'm painting right now, he reminds me of the Emperor.
Oh, yeah?
Emperor Palpatine. Because he just has that pose. I should have painted him all pale.
I'll tell you who has really good cultists is Bob Murch.
Yeah, the pulp minis.
Yeah, his are just. I mean, if you are doing anything pulp and you don't have some Bob Murch minis, you're doing something wrong. Because he just has his stuff is so amazing.
Yeah, he makes some really neat creatures too, like deep ones.
Yes. Now he did the Black Sun ones.
Yeah. Those were a lot of fun looking. You know, they're not like super realistic, but they're more. I guess I would almost call them like classic comic book style. You know.
Oh, all right. Tonio's taking off to pick up his son. We hope. Okay, yeah. Hopefully you can jump back in later.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Isaiah from World of War Gaming.
Hey, Isaiah.
Resin
What's
printing isn't that bad. Like you were saying, staying on top of the cleanup and the setup and all of that stuff. He's saying that's the bigger part of it. Yeah, I guess that's the thing I don't really want to hassle with more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you come up with like a systematic, like routine, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it depends if you just want to press go and then just come back and you got some cool stuff.
Anytime soon.
Tyler said, "What am I working on?" These guys right here are from Deep Wars, but I've got a bunch of different stuff on the table. The particular Deep Wars ones I'm working on now are stuff that I will use also in Twisted for custom scenarios and stuff. These little scary little sea goblins. Part of the world I've created in my little section of Twisted is that the asylum is on a little island, and part of the protection, if you will, to keep the patients on the island and the nosy people off is the Deep Ones-esque sort of protection of the island. I've got some pictures posted somewhere in the Twisted and the Coastal Con group. I cannot believe I missed all that flashing right there. Look at that.
Oh, that would have drove me nuts. I'm not looking because it'll drive me nuts.
Don't look. I'm cutting it off. Don't worry. I'm cutting it off. It's okay.
That stuff. That's why it takes me so long sometimes to build minis.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so OCD on that flashing stuff.
Yeah. So Isaiah says FDM is king for terrain. Oh yeah, man. I've got mine. Mine runs pretty much 24/7, my FDM printer, and I just bought a new one. And for everybody who's on here, if you haven't, go over to the World of Wargaming YouTube and subscribe, because Isaiah does some great videos and he covers a lot of the independent games like we talk about all the time. He's got some really awesome County Road Z videos. So go support him and go check out and like, subscribe, smash, kick, whatever it is you have to do to the button to go over and support him. So go do it now. We'll wait. We won't paint anything till you get back.
I gave him a little ding there. Yes, Tyler, these are the new Cultist for the Curse Crate. So these are what you're getting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even done with these. I'm already thinking about getting more.
Oh, man. Listen to you. You do it. This is the right group to say that you're going to go buy more stuff.
Well,
You go do it, buddy.
Then I can paint, them all different colors from, they have a different elder god, and
you won't have to worry about what color you're going to paint their robes like you were so worried about. You can just do all different colors of the rainbow.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I decided with these guys to do a yellow ochre. My wife's suggestion, because she loves the King in Yellow Haster character in that mythos. So I'm making Haster High Priest, well, King in Yellow.
You should definitely do what your wife says.
Because I had I didn't know if I want to do red, because red was it seems like that's the go-to, for the evil cultist.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I liked purple. I liked that as an idea. And see, that's the color I might do if I get another set. It's going to be very dark. So
yeah,
I kind of want to do this yellow, because yellow, my idea is I'm going to make it like dirty down at the bottom and maybe stained with like blood and all that.
Do you have the yellow contrast paint? Not contrast, but army painter? The speed paint?
Yeah.
Have you tried that yet?
I did. It's too bright. It's a bit brighter than what I want.
Gotcha.
So with the yellow ochre, you kind of get that potato sack yellow.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like wearing a potato sack for your cult.
Well, look at them. They pretty much are. They probably just have sandals on underneath.
It's going to be that's what they're forever going to be known as. They're going to be the potato sack cultist.
Or the potato sack gang.
Yeah, well, what you need to do now is you need to get some green stuff and make some potato sacks and put it on their bases.
I should.
You totally should.
Oh, that's going to be good. Maybe roll up some little balls and paint them up like potatoes.
Yes.
I can put one in some of these guys' hands, like they're throwing potatoes at people.
Yes, throwing rotten potatoes.
Oh, my God.
Perfect.
Where our minds go. This is how great ideas are born, though.
It is. I'm not really sure what great ideas we've actually ever had, but we can keep telling ourselves that.
I don't know. These people keep coming back and listening to us.
I think they just sit there and laugh at us, which is that's fine too. All right, let's see. I need a clear base for that fella. Because as we know, clear bases are the best, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used any clear bases for a while now, because I came up with a neat design idea for my Don't Look Back.
Well, there you go.
I should go get a complete one so I can explain it fully. Oh, let's see. Let's get...
There you go. Isaiah says there are no bad ideas in Hobbyland, only poor executions. Oh, that must be what I'm doing.
All right. I grabbed. Oh, let me grab him too. I can't remember. I can't see very good what their bases look like over there. So this was my idea of doing a simple base. Very minimalist. I kept them black, but I added just a little bit of rock.
Okay.
And then I painted that like a blue or a purple and worked it up from the feet up on the characters to look like shadow.
Okay. I like that.
So you can really see it on Seth here pretty good.
I like that. That's my I like doing bases. As a matter of fact, I did a couple models recently just so I could do the bases because I've always liked doing them. But there's a few that I just did black as well because I liked the
it's a nice contrast.
Yeah, I also liked that it still fits in. I mean, it doesn't fit in like the clear ones, but it blends more. You know what I mean? It's like Seth isn't bringing a tree with him everywhere he goes, or like in the old 40K stories, you're not bringing a pile of snow with you to a desert planet to fight on. You know what I mean?
Yes, I mean Seth has a rock. That's the only thing he's bringing with him is his rock.
Well, you know, he's in a horror flick. I understand bringing a rock. It's scary.
And he is in the heroic stance here, oddly enough.
Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to end up pulling the trigger on a resin printer. I have too many STL files. I've got too many model files, and I do a fair bit of stuff with Eric at Antimatter Games for play testing and stuff. So he hooks me up with some stuff occasionally. Plus, I've backed every Kickstarter since I found out about the game, and and it's always, you know how it is. So they always do the same thing in every Kickstarter. It's like you can pay $40 to get half the stuff, or you can pay $50 and get everything. Right? You know, that's kind of like so they get you in on everything. What's Isaiah?
I'm reading some of the old stuff. Isaiah second the red as the standard. He made his red as well.
Yeah.
Tyler's thinking about yellow contrast from GW.
Yeah, I've got that one too. I don't like the Ionodin yellow as well as I like the Zealot yellow from Army Painter.
Oh, and he liked the Seth's 3D glasses. I think I got that idea either from Matt or somebody in the group. I can't remember. I want to say it was Matt because he might have mentioned that, and I'm like, I'm going to do that with those 3D glasses.
All right, Isaiah, I'm looking that printer up right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Yeah, $159, man.
What kind of printer is that?
He said it's a VoxLab Proxima resin.
For $150?
$159.
Holy cow, I might have to tell the wife about that one for, Christmas is coming.
That's what
up.
I'm saying, man, because I talked to my wife the other day when I got the FDM one. I was like, hey, do you care if I get another FDM printer? She was like, no. And then she goes, your birthday is coming up anyway. I was like, oh, that's right, it is. So that's my birthday. The FDM printer is my birthday present. So I think I might be getting a resin printer for Christmas. I think that's what I'm gonna.
Man. Let's see.
See, now Isaiah's not even on here with us very often, and he already has forced me, twisted my arm into getting something else. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I have no ill will towards you for that. So he says it's not top of the line, but for printing dudes or 10 to 15 millimeter terrain, it's solid. What about have you printed much scatter on it? Because I've got some scatter terrain for my Stormcrow mansion that I don't think is going to look good in FDM. Like the beds and stuff will be fine, but there's like a kitchen set that has, a big hutch with dishes and stuff in it. And I think I just like to do that in resin. And just wondering if you've done much smaller scatter with that resin one. And I know, and Clem does, well, he doesn't have it anymore, but he knows resin too. So
Where's my, I might have to take a screenshot of that.
what's that?
What his suggestion.
Oh, here, I'll just send you a link because I
Oh,
already.
you got the link already, huh?
Heck yeah. Done good, spindly, delicate pieces, done some street lights on it and some benches. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that.
Screenshot taken.
Oh, you already took the screenshot?
Yeah, you can send me a link. That's even faster.
Man.
I had to go find my plague skin from my Zombicide set. So that'll be
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
kind of like a greenish. The only other one I have is I have this one called Zombie Skin, but it's a little more yellow.
A little more putrid.
Yeah, I don't know if I probably have more. I just don't know exactly where they are.
All right. Oh,
I have so many little piles of paint from different projects.
We don't believe that. None of us have that problem, Eric. You're just making stuff up now. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, gonna do the boss. The head cheese. So did I tell you that I went online and ordered everything Jordan had up on drive-thru?
Yes, you did.
I mean, in general, they were having a sale on Halloween horror RPGs and whatnot there. So, and Jordan had, I think, everything free. So I know I had some of it, but I was just like, just easier to click once and just do it all again.
Right. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for that, Isaiah. I just saw a fair warning. Only downside is the printer is that the firmware is a little buggy. But since it's a Creality clone, the Creality firmware works perfect on it and reads files. That was like me reading Chinese, what he just put up there. That's how much sense it made.
That's why I'm thinking I need to take another screenshot. So I don't have to figure out how translating that.
Here, everyone, all of our regulars will appreciate what Isaiah just said. He said, "You're welcome, happy to twist arms, and I'll tell you the same as all my friends. You are more than welcome to blame me for any purchases to justify them to your significant other." It's nice to know that someone else's, because we do. That's what we do to people. We get yelled at all the time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, where's Spaz? No matter what we start talking about, Spaz will go buy it.
I think after the last time we made him buy something, we heard that he was in the Philippines.
Oh, that's right. He left the country. we convinced him to buy too much stuff, so he left the country.
But you know what? It's fair game. Sometimes we hear stuff from you guys that makes us go look at it because we either haven't heard of it or it's like, ooh, that sounds cool.
Well, let's be fair. It's not sometimes. It's pretty frequently. Pretty frequently. Let's see. I don't know about this guy.
What, you don't know what color to go with on him?
No, I'm not sure. I might work on this guy because he's a little closer to.
Now, I recently have been trying to do is not overwhelm myself with two paint in front of me because I never get as many done as I think I'm going to get done.
I always do that to myself. Always.
So
Carniverse. Yes. Yes, I am well familiar with Carniverse, Isaiah. It's a very cool game. Backed it on Kickstarter.
yeah, I had to go track down where to order from, and after you told me about it.
I thought you got in on the Kickstarter.
Carniverse? No.
Yeah.
I think that I was after the Kickstarter. I don't get every Kickstarter now.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I've been pretty good.
Isaiah, are you gonna try and do some videos of Carniverse?
There really is only a couple out there.
I don't know. Are there any?
The creator partnered up with some guys and they just ran through like all the scenarios, and that's it, I think.
Oh.
I burned through all those and I was like, okay, I want more.
I mean, it's essentially Last Days with dinosaurs. I mean, even the book layout is very similar to Last Days. And if I'm not mistaken, the creator is also buddies with Ash. So I think that may be why the layout is similar. Because if I created a game and then you wanted to create one and I knew that my layout worked well, I'd say, hey, you should try this.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad of a flesh tone.
No, you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I am having a hard time resisting the new Simon one right now because this is like a second season of
What's the new what?
It's Cthulhu Death May Die. They're doing a standalone expansion. The first one I passed on just because I'm like, it was right before Christmas. I'm like, that's just too much money before Christmas. And
So when's delivery date on that one? 7 years from now?
Well, it's still going live right now. So, but this is the one that had the small child Cthulhu statue.
Okay.
I think Adam bought one.
Oh, yeah. The big one. I think Reaper did it. The giant Cthulhu.
They did one, but this is for Simon, their Kickstarter. It's an actual expansion. That's that big, huge thing. They did their own big, giant one.
Yeah, let's see. Isaiah said just started Last Days. Yeah, I saw your video for that. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I was sitting downstairs painting earlier. Got an opponent lined up for Carniverse. Nice. That's my problem, is people to play against. Because
Tyler, it's a 2 feet tall,
move.
small child. So I'm having a hard time resisting it because I passed on that. I thought that was awesome.
Listen, bro, you can just move down here and you can dress Little Mac up, and then you'll have an actual moving one on the table. Because he's only 310 right now. He grew. We just went to the doctor. He's 310 and a quarter. He was very proud of that quarter. For those of you who have children, you'll appreciate the fact my 3'10" child is 9 years old. He's very small. So he was very proud of his 1/4 inch of height.
Yeah, before you know it, he'll be over 6 foot.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get over 6 foot.
No.
No.
Well, you never know.
No, you don't. And if he doesn't, that's okay. He could just be a Muggsy Bogues or a Spud Webb.
Well, that's true. Man, you're trying to date us.
I know.
All right, here we go with some ochre. Oop, I watered it down way too much. I gotta go get some more brushes like that. This one that came with the speed paint. I love this brush.
The Army Painter one?
Yeah.
I like Army Painter brushes. I still haven't cracked open all my Bombwick brushes.
Man.
I know. I still have some of my older good ones that are, in good shape, and I don't want to use them until I need to use them.
I was that way with my Games and Gears ones I got at Adepticon.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? I finally broke into them. It was a while ago. They're no different from the rest of the brushes. They all break down.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
And you have to get new ones. And it's not like I try to take care of them. They're all the same. I don't think I'm that rough on them.
I probably am. Yeah, Isaiah said he's a fan of them too. And Tyler's saying when he did the pre-order for Death May Die, the Cthulhu was $120.
Yeah, it's a little bit more in this one. I think it's $150 as an add-on.
Man.
And they changed the color of them. So his base is still that, plastic gray, but they're going to mold him in like a green.
I don't know, man. I'm not.
Yeah. It's a 2 feet tall. You can't even call it a mini statue.
I know, but for that much money, I just feel like I could get so much more bang for my buck out of so much other stuff. And all I'm going to do is put him on a shelf, right?
And not wait a year and a half.
Yeah, not wait 14 years for Simon to deliver.
I'm still waiting for Cowboy Zombies.
Me too.
They say they're shipping, but
me too. I'm like, look, man, I'll drive down to Miami and pick mine up, okay?
It's like, geez.
To be fair, I'll get there a little quicker than you would.
Yeah. Now, granted, it would go nicely next to Dr. Doom and
Galactus, no doubt.
Galactus whenever he shows up, my zombie Galactus. But yeah, I don't know. I don't need it really that bad, I guess. And like you said, there's a lot of other things I could buy with that money.
Yeah,
like a 3D printer.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. You could get yourself a 3D printer. Definitely a 3D printer. Telling you though, man, I think I have a lot of minis now. If I get a resin printer, I'm in so much trouble.
I gotta get Xander to get the rest of his stuff out of there so I can take his room back over.
See, there you go. You'll have a whole room just for printers.
That I'd like to set up my airbrush in there because he's got the nice kind of window in the basement that I can just open up and air out that way.
There you go. There you go.
And I can officially take the basement over.
Get that boy over there. Get him to get his stuff out.
Yeah. He came over a week ago and got some stuff, so slow progress, but it's getting there. Except I think he wants to take his IKEA cabinets too. I'm like,
oh
dang.
No.
I know. I'm like, dang, that'd be some good mini storage.
You should be like, yeah, you hit the limit there because they were supposed to be gone 6 months ago. And you passed that, so they're going to have to stay.
Yeah, he needs them too for his little collection. So,
oh, you're a nice dad.
I can go buy some instead of stealing his. He puts all his anime statue collection in those.
Oh, there you go.
I've already taken over half of his room right now because I didn't know where else to put about 10 long boxes of comics.
Sounds like his room was the place to do it.
Yeah.
Is anybody else working on anything or just us? Or any games going on or anything like that? Anything exciting? I was supposed to have my Necromunda game tonight, but nobody could make it.
Well, it's because of the Halloween weekend, trick or treating and whatnot. And you guys doing that tomorrow, or yours on actual Halloween?
No, we'll do it on Halloween. I'm not into the multi-day Halloween thing. I'd rather just do it on Halloween.
We're unincorporated, so the town does it on actual Halloween. My town does. Next town over, they do it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'm good doing it on Halloween.
Those kids can hit all the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Let's see. Bob's building coffin breakers. Only broken one skeleton ankle, so that's ahead of the curve. That's probably a true statement. That is only one skeleton ankle ahead of the curve, no doubt. No doubt, sir.
Well, there's one road.
See, Isaiah's
figure.
mustering the energy to paint some space dwarfs for a grimdark firefight narrative or to play a game of Space Station Zero. Huh. That's a tough one. I have not played Space Station Zero yet.
You got your crew done, right?
I've got them painted. I've got an assortment of guys painted, but I don't know who I want my crew to be. No. I have not decided. I was watching Jim, the tabletop engineer. I was watching him today do one of his when he did Challenge 1. I was watching that video. Kids were playing around outside, so I sat down and painted a little bit and threw some familiar faces up there. Says it's a good, quick fun. Played one of the skirmish missions the other day, and it was a blast. Yeah, we, Eric and I have played. Well, I don't know how many you've gotten in, Eric, but I've gotten in several games of Rain in Hell, and liked the D12 mechanic a fair bit, and that was pretty fun. Which is Rain in Hell is the reason that I went ahead and picked up Space Station Zero. And maybe also because it was something we were going to talk about. Because, you know, I mean, I guess if you have a podcast called Indie Invasion and it's about independent game developers, you should probably pick up a copy of games from independent game developers in order to effectively talk about them. So when we buy games, it's just research.
It's research. That's right.
I mean, you can't, what do you expect, right? I wonder if I can write that off on my taxes.
It's research.
It's research. I insist it's research.
I ran out of paint. I don't know how.
Uh-oh. Like completely?
No, just in my paint palette here. I didn't put a lot down, and I figured that wasn't enough, but
That's
I hate
right.
putting too much.
Oh, yeah, me too. That's right, Isaiah. You can't talk about anything if you don't know about it. Amen, brother. That's right. Got to pick up the book. I still really like Rain in Hell too, though. I think that's a solid game.
Yeah, I almost think I prefer that one more. I like the initiative system in there. It's almost a game in itself.
Yeah.
Of like when to activate certain characters and that whole risk of not activating your big guns, and then if somebody gets killed and it's like, oh,
Yep.
somebody's not going to get activated.
Yeah. Speaking of getting killed, we played our Necromunda campaign game last week, and only 3 of us showed up. So we went ahead and had a 3-way battle instead of our typical, pairing off. And I brought my spires with all 4 of my dudes. Did pretty good. Ended up eventually bottling. Had everyone except one dude taken out of action. But the worst part about it is I lost a dude.
Oh, man.
And as spires, I can't replace him. So now my gang is down to 3 dudes.
Wow.
Fortunately, they've progressively gotten stronger because they get a lot of experience points because you don't have to divvy them up between everybody when you only got a few guys killing people. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they could just be tanks.
Oh, they are. They're pretty tough. But it was a fun game. Good times. Good times. But after this campaign, after Christmas, I think we're going to start a Twisted campaign. And I'm so excited to have people to play with. I've played Twisted solo so many times. And really, I've played more actual games of Twisted running demos at conventions than I have at my house.
Yeah, I would think you're ready for actual one versus one.
That would be so nice. I would be a mucho happy man. Mucho happy. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah.
Well, there's one. There's the Emperor and his ugly puke yellow potato sack.
Oh,
robe.
that is definitely a potato sack.
I mean, the light kind of washes it out here online, but I'll take pictures and then you'll really see how, yeah, kind of mustard yellow. Maybe I'll paint that symbol on the back of their robes. Little Myers logo. Yeah, I was thinking of looking through my like Call of Cthulhu books and finding a little symbol for Haster and maybe painting it on their robes somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's that kind of good idea like that one that I had when I decided I wanted to try painting lightning bolts on my Night Lords, and then realized I had 8,000 points of Night Lords. That's that kind of good idea.
Fortunately, I only have 4 guys here, so. And actually, you know what? I might just do it on the High Priest to make him stand out more.
Oh, look at you backtracking now. Look at you.
Well, you know, these guys
Go
are
big or
just,
go home, man.
these guys are just scrubs.
Well, you know what? If he's a wise leader, he recycles those robes anyway.
Ooh. Ooh. That's not potato you smell.
That's right. You have to paint some bullet holes in some of them.
Yeah, I'm going to get one of my kind of beat up brushes and do some like stipple work with like dirt and stuff on the bottom of the robes.
Stipple your little heart out, buddy.
Make them all grungy looking. Like you said, like they've been wearing these things, you know, like yesterday's laundry. Just wait till I start getting the zombies they have. Not that I need anymore, but
oh, come on now. You don't need zombies?
well, considering I got 2 mega Kickstarters coming that are all zombies.
Well, I don't think you can really count your superhero zombies, though.
Oh, in my world, nothing but zombies.
Yes, Isaiah, 8,000 points of lightning bolts was torture. It's not the reason I don't play 40K anymore, but the whole idea of the batch painting stuff is the reason that I mean, there's other reasons like, you know, rules, but but it was, yeah, it was not the smartest thing I'd ever done. Because I was just like, I just watched a video on somebody doing it, and I was like, oh, I want to give that a try on my guy. So I tried it, and I was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. That was pretty easy. Then I did like 5 of them. I was like, oh man, that looks really cool. And then I looked at the rest of them and went, they don't have lightning bolts on them. They need lightning bolts on them. What have I done? I suppose retrospectively, I could have just painted over the lightning bolts I had already done, painted back blue. They're like, okay, that did not happen. But I did not. But they did look really good. They looked really good. I liked them. And frankly, I'm glad I got out of 40K because I liked them. They looked really good. But then when they came out with the Primaris Marines, I would have just been like, now my guys look really good, but they look like midgets. Oh, it's mini war mutts. Only complaint with TT combat kits, the lack of instruction. A lot of looking at the picture and build it with some trial and error. Yeah, that can be an issue. I thought they had the directions online. I was pretty sure that they did.
They do, but yeah, I think they're lacking a little bit.
Yeah, they're not the best. They're not the best directions in the world. The slum shanties. I don't have those. I do have a massive amount of the Streets of Venice, though. I saw you said you have it, Isaiah. don't actually have any of the bridges though.
I think that big old set I got didn't have bridges either. It did come with a gondola.
Oh, you got the gondola? I do not. I've got a bunch of Carnivale minis. I backed the Kickstarter.
I think there was one building I didn't build in that set still. And then a bunch of the little things like roof. They had like a lot of roof accessories, like, I don't know, cranes or
Yes.
rope. And I didn't bother with any of that.
Oh, listen, man, the game is awesome. It is no joke. It's an awesome game. Never been able to get anybody to play. But it is a phenomenal game. If you can imagine, it runs a little bit like Drowned Earth, or the Drowned Earth, with the super dynamic movement.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
game. It runs very much like Drowned Earth, except it's, it's Venice. So you've got vampires and mad doctors and all this cool stuff. It's very cool. And the stories, the writing for the book was done by Gav Thorpe.
Oh, okay.
And that was why. So they were ready to go to production. They had gotten everything done, and then on the Kickstarter, and then they came out and said there was going to be a delay because they had a special surprise. Well, I guess the surprise was Gav Thorpe, but I guess he had finally said yes that he would do it or something like that. And so he jumped in, and there was a delay on the book, but I mean, it was worth it. The book is fantastic. In fact, I have some Carnivale audio stories up on Podbean that we did. Shameless plug right there. Oh, look at that. You need to be reading the comments, Eric. I think Isaiah just became our very, very, very close friend. He says, reminds him of the old World of Darkness RPGs. We talk about World of Darkness all the time. We love World of Darkness. It really does. I mean, it has that, the die feel is very much like that. And the world is kind of like that in that, that just perpetual, it's almost like a perpetual state of horror for the game.
Yeah, I had that.
If I want to ride up to Vietnam, I know where Fayetteville is, but I can't say that I'm familiar with Vietnam. See, I would go anywhere to play games if I had the free time. But I'm always happy to try to convince people to come here because we are a beach tourist town, and you can bring your spouse and she will have a lovely time while we play games. That's how the Vietnamese refer to it. That's pretty good. All right. Let's see what else we want to do on this fellow. This lovely fellow.
Man.
All right. I like it. I like it. He's good. He's good.
Potato sack bros are almost done.
There you go, man. I'm telling you, a little bit of green stuff. Throw together some tater sacks. You'll be good to go.
Taters. That's it. It's the cult of the tater.
That's right. Magnifique.
One of my managers at work, I always call her Tater. Her name's Tina, but sometimes say her name. People say her name a little like it sounds like Tater. So it just stuck with me. I call her Tater.
Okay.
I asked Mary the other day if we get another dog, if I could name it Tater.
Yes. Name it Tater.
She said she used to have a corgi that she called Tater because he was for tater tot. And I said, I still need a dog that I can holler out my back door, "Hey, Tater, come in."
Isaiah said you need to, for their cult symbol, you need to put product of Idaho stamp on them.
Oh, man.
How many of them do you have?
There is 4.
Oh, you need one more so you can have 5 guys. Oh, this is turning into the worst cult ever.
Now, with all the CMON Kickstarters I have for Zombicide, I'm sure I have another cult member somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure you do. 5 guys it is. 5 guys tater cult.
Just like this guy, I'll just put a big old brown bag in it. And and kind of grease the bottom of it. Oh
yeah, got to get it all greasy, man.
That's his fry bag.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Hey Matt, can you design a scenario with the cultists?
Yes.
Cult of the Idaho 5 guys.
I mean, they already have the Nada Burger building. It wouldn't take much to just slap a big old MDF 5 on there. You know what I mean?
That's the temple right there.
That is right there.
All right, this guy's done. So the sacks are done. Let that dry, and I can throw some wash on it.
Mini Warmutt said he's diving into some 15 millimeter. Awesome to just buy a 2x2 insulation foam and make a dungeon floor, add some walls. Boom. Yeah, I've played around with 15 mil. I've got some stuff that is 15 mil, and I do like painting it. I mean, you can bang out, we can bang out like a whole army in an evening because they're so easy to paint. But I like the 28 millimeter scale so much. I did try to play multiple games that were 15 mil. Now I did play one that I liked quite a bit at Siege of Augusta in Augusta, Georgia, several years ago with a buddy who he's a convention buddy. It's the only time I ever see him. And his name is Jim. And apparently I know a lot of Jims. And he introduced me to the game Grunts, which is a 15 mil sci-fi game. And it's awesome. Again, never been able to get anybody to play it with me here, but it's a super cool game. So if you have people around you that are interested in 15 millimeter sci-fi, I would encourage you to check out Grunts. It is a super cool game, and I absolutely love the initiative system that they have. They have it's a small card deck like the old X-Wing upgrade cards, that size, and you get dealt out. I can't remember exactly how many you get, but you get dealt out a certain number of cards, and you assign them to each one of your squads. and it has a number on it. It also has some abilities that you get that go in conjunction with it. But you go down in numeric order, so you never really know when a squad is going to activate. It's just really cool. Are you showing off your potatoes?
Yeah. You want that supersized?
Well, you can't. You only got 4.
That's their mantra. They're just going to say, do you want that supersized over and over again?
I think.
Oh, my God. That's awesome, though.
Bunch of potato sacks.
I kind of like this is one of those colors that I really like. The ochres.
Yes, I do too. I do too.
All right, these guys got to be dry by now with their washes that I did.
Well, they don't gotta be.
So now I just got to figure out what speed paint blue that I want to put on. I went and dug out my box so I can look at the little color chart down here.
Ooh, a color chart.
I'm thinking...
Ain't you fancy?
I'm thinking the magic blue. Because what I want to do to them is I kind of actually want to paint them like their package picture a little bit. So they got the blue with kind of the red accents.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What about a Space Wolf gray? You know what I mean? I don't know if you have anything like that. Oh, no, it's not in the speed paints.
I mean, this cloudburst blue is close. I think I've tried the High Lord blue before, and it's blue.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really
it's
blue.
super blue. As a matter of fact, where is he? I got something right here on the table. Here he is. This guy, that's...
Oh, I didn't realize I was on that still. Oh,
yeah. That blue. So that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Eric. Professor Eric showing us the color chart. All right, boys and girls, gather around. We're going to discuss the color chart.
That's
today.
the art school coming out of me. You get it beat in their head for 5 years. Actually, probably more than that because high school art class too. The little color wheel and charts and yeah. I mean, I kind of like that runic gray too, though.
Yeah. I don't have all of those. I didn't get the full.
I didn't want to, but this is all I had when I went and got this. So.
Oh, and then of course you absolutely had to. Then
I had to. It's all they had.
You had no option. You couldn't wait or order.
No, I had to have it now. I had to walk out of the store with something in my hands.
I understand. In fact, I think everyone that is with us right now would understand fully the dilemma that you suffered.
Bob's comment a little above. He said you're getting fries with that, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
We're making my own story for my cultist here.
I'm telling you, you need to find some little. You need to look on Thingiverse and see if you can find some little 32 millimeter fry guys.
Oh yeah, fry guy.
They could be their little demons.
Yes. Fry guys, and wasn't there another character that was a fry related? I know there was Mayor McCheese. There was the Hamburglar. I thought there was more fry, something else fry, but yeah, the fry guys would be good.
I think it was just the fry guys,
like in place of Migos.
Yes.
This is
Sounds like pure perfection to me.
Yeah, this is some gold here.
Oh, look, there's Jason. Just finished his last ganger. Yeah, you should have logged in earlier. I sent you a link.
Isaiah's talking about how he did how to read a color wheel with his classes this week.
Oh, nice.
It's funny. We're sitting here talking about it. Runic gray with a black wash. See, that's what I was almost thinking about. And then a Fen gray spaceship exterior highlight.
All right, that sounds
Runic gray with the dark wash. Yeah, I'm almost thinking the magic blue is going to be too extreme too. All right, I'm going to try the Runic gray.
Look,
Find it.
I'm about to throw this away. I'm gonna throw
What?
away. Yeah, it's empty.
Because it's empty?
It's empty.
Oh, okay. I'm not throwing it away because you're mad.
Heck no.
Was that what was that? I'm mad as heck and I'm not going to take any more. That's an old reference. Nope, I got to change my palette here.
Change your palette.
That's the acrylic palette. I got to go to my speed paint palette.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You're all different stuff. I don't do all that. I just do everything on one palette.
Well, I just was fortunate enough to have two separate ones, and I didn't.
Oh, I have like 14. Don't you remember?
I mean,
I'm a plaid ambassador, bro. I got palettes.
If I put speed paint down here, I would lose track of where it was.
You know how to clean that? You want me to tell you the best way to clean that? To make it white again?
I'm just too lazy to do it.
Okay. You don't have to do anything. It's super easy. You want to hear the secret?
How do you clean it?
Cover it completely in Elmer's glue, a semi-thick coat of Elmer's glue. Let it dry overnight. When it's completely dry, peel up one side and the whole thing will peel off. And all the paint will come with it.
So I usually just let it sit in like some hot water for a little bit, and then I just pull it out and peel it.
Yep. You don't have to do that. If you cover it with Elmer's glue, it'll peel everything off. 100%.
Okay, let's see. Let's do
Like
that
this
there.
palette I'm using right here last week looked like that palette you just held up.
Okay. Runic gray. Let's do the
Hook them
let's do
fry
the
guys
boring.
up. Oh no, you moved on from the fry guys.
Man, you know what? I bet you I can find a Happy Meal fry guys. So they could be like the size of star spawns.
Where do I suggest you buy Deep Wars characters? Come over to my house. That's where you can get some.
Noble Knight Games online. They have a ton of their stuff there. A lot of times they're on sale too. I think I have stuff in my wish list that I've never pulled the trigger on.
Or you could just come over to my house and I'll give you some.
Yeah, because you got like 3 of everything, don't you?
Actually, I found a whole bunch more.
Oh.
And just Jason actually does live down the road from me, so
Oh, that's true.
that's a realistic request. But what you need, Jason, is you need twisted models because that's what we're starting after the new year. It's twisted. All right.
You know what? I like my little thing that I did.
Well, I'm glad you like your little thing that you did. You should like your little thing that you did.
This may be the way I use speed paint now, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit extra step because I am going to probably go back in here with my washes. But you know what? It's not so Not so contrast.
Yep, Jason, pick whatever you want. Whichever group you want in Twisted.
The good one.
Well, I play the Dickensians, so, that's the good one. I'm just speaking truth, brother. Just speaking truth. All right. I don't think I finished nearly as much as I thought I was going to.
Man, that sounds like my story. Oops, I missed a spot right there. I don't know how I missed that.
Oops. A child texted me at 10 o'clock asking me to open the front door, and my phone didn't go off.
Oh, oops.
Apparently he got in the house, though. I think my daughter let him in.
Oh, yeah.
That's the advantage of having lots of kids. One of them's going to let him in the front door.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I think oh, no, that was my wife that called me.
She's at work tonight, right?
Yes.
Well, there's one guy.
Oh, nice. That does look pretty good. That does look like a cleaner type, too. That looks good.
I think I'll do red accents on his gloves and stuff. The boots, I'll probably do red, too, just as an extreme contrast.
Okay.
Do some like maybe a green, yellow with the face mask.
Yeah, well, I finished this guy.
Just for the heck of it, I'll do the boots blue, just so they have something on.
There
There
we go.
Can always paint over it.
There you go. Boom. Give him a little cup of red wine.
Oh, look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's getting a highlight.
Got the big gun. Yeah, let's see. Got a little red wine in there.
He looks like he's got a Laurel Hardy mustache almost.
He got a little face like that. He's a oh dang it, I'm drawing a blank now. Walsung.
Oh, okay.
Walsung Mini. Yeah.
Do they still make that game?
They do, but it's from
Okay.
Micro Art Studios, so they don't really focus on anything here in the States.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not their focus. All right, so I'm gonna switch cameras because I gotta go. I gotta be done. All right. Well, I promise, Eric, I won't end the broadcast this time. I hit the wrong button last time. I was so used to, I hadn't been in the hobby stuff, so I was like, "Oh, look, here's the orange button in broadcast." Whoops.
You were rusty.
I was super rusty. Anyway, well, I think Eric's going to keep painting, guys. So enjoy.
Yep.
And it was fun to be able to get here tonight, even though we weren't able to play our game. Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Isaiah. Oh, thank you for the superb work comment as well. Bob, Jason, Minnie Warma, Tonio, Tyler, anybody else I missed. Thanks for joining us. Super appreciate it. Lots of fun hanging out and painting and talking gaming. So for me, I am signing off. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the evening and a wonderful rest of the weekend. Peace, love, and hair grease. See you later, Eric.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go for I'm gonna shoot for 2 hours overall for another 30 minutes maybe. I'm gonna try and finish just coating these guys up. I spent so much time on my Cultist potato sacks there that I kind of forgot about these guys over here. And these guys with the speed paint and stuff, I usually like to let them dry overnight anyway, just so it's good and dry. And then I come back and I'll add more colors and whatnot. So I'll probably just tighten these all up a little bit more, and then I'll probably call it at about 2 hours. That's usually what we try to do on Saturdays when we do these little hobby hangouts and stuff. And I am digging this color. Thank you for that suggestion, Isaiah. Because it's pretty much what I was looking for. That 80s scientist guys chasing E.T. You know what I'm saying. Let's see, did I miss anything? Actually, okay. So Bob, you just got 2 skulls to attach to finish a coffin, your coffin breakers, and then you're also building Targa Seeker drones. Well, glue sets. Okay. Cool. That's what I was going for. Putting those art degrees to purpose. That's right. Got to use them sometime, right? I used to use mine professionally, but then I got where it was not fun anymore. Okay, that's enough for him. I'm just going to keep messing with it and moving it around. Oh, yeah, I like that. That is spot on color. And I think with the accent red on their gloves and stuff, man, that's going to make them pop. So now I just got this guy. Ooh, I went real heavy in this guy. Gotta flip him around. I totally missed some stuff on his belly there. Shoot, I totally missed that hand. Nope, and I missed a big part of his leg there. How the heck did I miss that? Oh, that's his gun. Okay, don't worry about that. Clem, welcome in. Suppose you were out at the game store playing games all day. Saw pictures of you playing Invaded. See, Bob, have you had any issues with speed paints reactivating? There were a few reports when they came out that you can't paint over them without sealing them. Bob, really, I've been experimenting a lot with them. They will reactivate. And I did do that whole sealing them when I thought they were dry, but so I could keep working on them. Realistically, a lot of them just need to take a lot longer to dry. So I let them dry overnight a lot of times and then come back to them. And the next day when I'm coming back to them to either add another coat of speed paint or start doing washes and stuff, I've had no problems with them reactivating after that long of a dry period. I know they did report that they know about this issue with some of them, because not all of them are that bad. And I guess with some of the new stuff that they're coming out with, they're taking a look at that reactivation problem that some of them have. So hopefully when they have some of these new colors and new sets come out, they'll have that solved. But for the most part, I found, and I know some other people found, just let it dry longer, much longer than you would normal, like a wash or an ink, and you should be okay. But it wouldn't hurt to just hit it. What I was using was just like an Army Painter matte clear coat, just a quick dusting of it, and it was enough to kind of lock it in. But that's usually if I was like working in the same kind of sit down period. So yeah, I thought, Clem, I saw you playing Invaded. You finished painting everything too, didn't you? 8 hours of demos? You're a beast. You just missed Mac too. He just signed off. Let's see. Let's put on that. I'll put something on in the background, since there's only just me now. If I tend to get concentrating on something, you guys are going to hear dead air. So there's let me see if I can get him to focus. Look at that. That guy turned out awesome. I'm loving it. I don't know what I want to do with shoes. If I want to do those red like his gloves or do a different color. But man, oh man, that looks cool. I'll show you guys all of them. Well, there's that guy who's already kind of setting. A little wet here and there, it looks like, but and look at this guy that's just chilling. He's just standing there. Man, that one turned out good too. I think I found my new formula for using this stuff. All right, well, I can go back to the Cultist, my potato sack guys. I wanted to do this guy's dagger. Let's see. I thought you could see more of the hilt. Thank you, Mini Warmut. Where did I put? Oh, it's right in front of me. So I've been using this paint a lot, this brass scorpion layer paint from Citadel. Kind of as a base before I do a copper. A lot of times I just use this straight up. I love this tone. It's a really, really cool tone. I mean, I like that it's got this little bit of orange in there. And oops, wrong palette again. Yeah, sometimes I use the copper. It's just that it's a little bit too orange, I guess. So I like this one because it's just a touch darker. A little bit more of the brown in there. I just want a little bit, but I'm probably going to paint some of the blade here, but that's okay. I'll just go back and repaint it. No biggie. So that's all I really needed for it. Close it before I tip it, spill it. Got Bob, you just got the Mandalorian for Legion. Going to try some turbo door color shift. Oh yeah, that'll look kind of cool, I think, on him. I've been hearing a lot about their color shift lately too, Bob, and a lot of favorable stuff. Where's my gunmetal? Let's see, I just need a little bit. Whoa, that was way more than a little bit. That's all right. You know what? I just noticed some detail on this knife that I am going to go back in and paint with that brass color. Isaiah, what I did was do I still got the primer here? Hold on, let me go get the primer so I can show you guys exactly what I used. All right. So what I used on these cleanup crew guys was, zoom out a little bit. So I primed these guys with a surface primer, just a brush on Vallejo gray. And then once that was dry, I ended up using like a null oil on them. And when I applied it to the miniature, I just put it in the recesses. So like the back of his legs, between his legs and the crotch area, under his arms, kind of underneath his chin, and kind of basically where there's wrinkles to just kind of predetermine where the shadows were going to be. And then that was it. And then I just did the speed paint. And now what I'll do once that's like fully dry is I may go back in with null oil and maybe darken the certain areas a little bit more, and then I'll dry brush it. And that's all I'm going to do. In the past, when I first started doing the speed paints, I was priming them black and then doing a dry brush like warm gray, and then I went up to an off-white and then maybe a real light straight white dry brush. And it just felt like they were coming out too dark. So I wanted to try something that wasn't so gradated, that was on the lighter end. And I think I kind of like this because it's the washes are really punching up the speed paint, what it's supposed to do and go into the recesses and not the high points. So I think that it turned out pretty good. Oops, I went way down too low. So yeah, I think that's the formula I'm going to use, Isaiah. I've been trying all kinds of different stuff with these speed paints, different types of primers and whatnot. And I like this method because it's a little less steps, and I think it looks pretty darn good for what I'm planning on doing with it. I'm not doing painting competitions, and I'm, just putting it on the table 3 feet away. Turbo dorks are the paints of the devil. So many layers, but darn, they look good. Okay, that's good to know, Clem. Huh. Dragon wings. Yeah, that'd be nice on dragon wings, Bob. Let me put your comment up there so everybody can read it. Floor is lava on your droid tank. Great in smaller applications, but maybe not for large panels. Also want to see if they have an iridescent color to use for dragon wings. I think they do. Pre-shade comes through well. Yeah, it really does. I was kind of skeptical on that, Isaiah. Have I played around with wet blending the speed paints yet? A little bit. I think it works better with certain colors. Like some of the darker tones I did, and it seems like the darker tones, like say green and blue, trying to mix them together. It seemed like they mixed too well together that I couldn't see the blending at all. Now, colors like your warm colors, like the orange and yellow, that stuff, I barely had to do anything to blend them. They just kind of naturally blended together. They're different enough that I could tell where the yellow was and where the orange was. And even the red was a good one, that the in between, you could see the orange tone when you mix the yellow and that red. So I played a little bit with it. And they almost have where they want to blend together already naturally with the medium that they are. Let's see where. I think it dried up on me. I'll just pop it back open. All right, where did I see details? There. A little bit here. There. Just kind of bring some of the hilt detail up on the blade. Is it going to focus? It's so small of a detail, you can barely see it. mean, I didn't see it till I started painting the blade silver. I was like, oh, wait a second. All right, let's see. Let's do... take him off. I probably really don't need to put them on that, because I am just going to hit them with some washes on their flesh. Wow, I totally missed the inside of this guy's hood. Oh well. Oh well. I'm not overly concerned by it. Actually, you know what? I will put these guys on the stand because this is actually the tone I want to make their potato sacks for a shade. So I'm going to get a bigger brush and just douse them. I don't know why I was doing that. I was being too gentle. Probably pull some of that off. That's a little bit too intense. And if I pull too much off, I can just come back and add some more. Coffin breakers are done. Time to clean up and go spend time with family. All right, Bob. Well, thanks for hanging out and working on stuff with us tonight. Appreciate it. Keeping us company. Time is it? I said I was going to go for a little bit longer. Well, now I got to finish doing this washing on these guys. Then maybe I'll call it. So I'm here for a little bit longer. Isaiah, I agree. I think they feel almost like watercolors, the way they move and blend. Yeah, and you know what? Watercolors, Isaiah, is one of my favorite mediums. I used to hate it, and then like my last schooling year of art school, I got into watercolors, and I never looked back. They are very unpredictable. That is basically how I call it. They're kind of like very organic. It's almost like you can't really control them. You just kind of got to go with it. But that's one of the things I do like about it too. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go back and add more wash to these guys to probably darken a little bit here and there. Then again, they may look different if I dry brush them too. Well, I am shaking my camera all over the place. That's right, Clem. I got to finish the wash. I always find a different part on these things that I got to work on, right? I mean, this is probably the most I've done on one of our little streams, completion-wise. Of course, I have a lot less that I'm sitting in front of me, too. Lost track of where my wash pot was there for a second. Couldn't see it behind my camera. I was like, where'd it go? I missed a bunch on this hood too. I just noticed. Oh well. Soak up some of that. That's a little bit too much. I don't want it that saturated. Let me take a look at him again. It's not too bad. All right, High Priest. So Isaiah, you're still on here. You went to art school? I'm guessing. What did you? What art major did you study? If you did go to art school, I'm just curious. I ended up in art school. I was a general fine artist study, and then I switched it like a dummy halfway through to something more specific. I actually went into illustration, so that's actually where I got mine from. And I worked freelance for a while, and then I got into graphic design and worked in a design house for a while, designing graphics, like logos and whatnot, for screen printing and embroidery, and we did a lot of vinyl work with that stuff too. And then I was doing freelancing on the side with the watercolor, and then kind of got tired of it all and got tired of mainly the office job. I still did freelance after I left, and then after a little while of that, I had to get a real job to support family and help out, and that's where I ended up where I am now for the last 20 years in the old post office. Secure government job. Sometimes I miss doing that as a profession, art as a profession, but then I remember the stress of it all. Well, you know what? I don't like that. That's a little bit too much there. Soak a little bit of that up. That's okay. It'll lighten up probably as it dries, so I kind of got to keep that in mind. Ooh, I totally missed that area right there. There we go. Well, there's the high potato priest. And I'm thinking of adding maybe a green wash to his face, since I did kind of that zombie tone. I can add a little bit of more of this to bring out the details. All right. These guys probably are not dry enough to wash. I just found my silver paint I had. I don't know if it's dried out now or not. Probably is, because I was just thinking of maybe adding a little bit of the silver. Yeah, it's kind of dried up, so I'll just do it tomorrow or another day. Start working on their guns, and I could always put some more down. Just because I want to get more done. Let's see. I'm just afraid I'm going to hit an area that's the speed paint and it's not exactly dry yet, and it's going to start to mix and all that fun stuff. So I like rather have it completely dry. But I did a little bit there. I'll just touch them a little bit. It'll make me feel like I got more done, you know? Kind of trick my mind. Oh, quick silver on the guns there, and I'll come back and touch it up a little bit when I know for sure that it's dry, the blue. And then I can do all the red accents and whatnot too. Did I bring? Let's see. Here it is. Last thing I wanted to do tonight was this, because it really makes me feel like I did a lot. Oh my God, Mini Warmut. That is now his name. It is not High Priest. It is Father Frito. That is awesome. Father Frito. And that is getting a screenshot. So I remember Father Frito. Let me zoom down on him because he's going to get a nice little feature. If I can get him to focus. Father Frito. That is awesome. Thank you for that little nugget. Because that is Father Frito now. No High Priest now. Awesome. Let's see. Isaiah was talking about you were a dual major in fine art and education. Okay. Intro level course for everything. Yeah. See, when I was in just the general fine art, or what was it? What did they call it in my school? It wasn't general fine art. It was just a BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts. I found out I had to take all these, like, I think you had to regardless, but extra art history classes. And I did the minimum for it. But then I also found out I had to take all these foreign language classes, which I haven't taken since high school at that time. And I was just like, no, I did this before. I'm out. I don't want to do it a second time. I just felt like it's a waste of time. So I ended up picking a specific study. So that's how I ended up just with illustration. I was always caught in between the fine art and illustration, though. So I was like somewhere in between. I liked acrylic paints and watercolor paints, but I liked the technical side of illustration. So then there were X number that I did the second levels for, and one concentration that was my main focus. Okay. Sculpture considering, but I spent a lot of time in painting and life drawing courses. Figure drawing, was surprised how much I enjoyed oils. Yeah, oils are, I almost looked at oils as like watercolor. They were kind of its own organic, push it around, play with it, see how it interacts with each other. Yeah, definitely Mini Warmut. Thank you. Father Frito. Oh, God, I love it. I'm going to make a stat card just for him. I'm going to make him my main killer. And then I'll get more little cultists and paint them differently. I'll make him the big bad. He'll be the elder one. Possessed. All right, so let's see. Let's do... Hopefully these guys... Yeah, they look a little wet. I might start with these guys then, because these guys have been sitting for a little bit longer. Yeah, I do this a lot just because I want it to kind of trick my mind to thinking I got a lot more done than I really did. I don't know. I kind of think I got a lot done tonight on these. You guys joining in and Mac here earlier, it just stuff like that, hanging out, chit-chatting, makes it go faster a lot of times. I used to go to the store and work on painting projects like this. Back when I was doing Warhammer Fantasy, I would go to the local games workshop, and I don't know, it'd be like Saturday afternoon. I'd go hang out there for a couple hours and just work on stuff. And kind of fun to bounce ideas off of other people. Just from talking, you get ideas. And just generally have some fun. And it'd be awesome, and I know Mac will back me up on this. It would be awesome if everybody that joins us and interacts with each other in here, we were all in the same town and we could all show up at the same game store and do this together in person and play games and all that stuff. Some of you I know are Bob, you're local, and Big Mike when he's on here, he's local, and so some of you guys I see sometimes locally. And that took forever with that brush, so I'm going to switch out. Let's see, let me find a bigger brush. You know what? I'm just going to keep using the one I've been using all night. This War Game, what's it called? It's called Wargamer Monster brush by Army Painter. I don't know what it is about this. It has just enough point to it, and it's thick enough and long enough that it holds a decent amount of paint. Okay, I probably watered that down a little bit too much. Different brush. Wasn't really ready for that. I dipped it in my water and it just retained too much. That's all right. If I have to do a second layer, I'll do a second layer. It's just a flat, what is this called? Cobalt? Coal Black by Pro Acryl. It's a nice flat black. It's basically what all those guys over there are. It's a flat black, and then I went over it to paint it with the blue as like a shadow. Oh, I need more. I'm just, a lot of times I do this too, not only to trick my mind into being, you know, more complete than I actually am, but it helps break it up, the contrast a little bit too, especially when I prime this color. For some reason, for me, a dark, you know, neutral black is easier to look at than a bright white. You know, black just seems like it's something there versus a white to me. So it helps me visually also see what the completed project may look like, so I can see it a little bit more. So it kind of motivates me to keep going. Not question, oh, what am I going to do here type of thing. Just how my brain works. Kind of almost sounds like I just tricked my brain, don't it? Okay, let's do a little bit on the Cultist, I guess. I don't think their wash is dry, though. Well, we'll find out. Not too concerned about getting black on the bottom of their cloaks all that much, because I'm going to kind of dry brush stipple with one of my beat up brushes, browns on the bottom of their robes to make it look like it's all dirt splattered and stained and stuff. And I'll probably do this a similar effect with like some dark reds to make it look like blood splash too. So I'm not too worried about that. I mean, just that makes him look a lot better, and it looks like I missed a little bit of his robe there, so I'll have to come back and do some touching up, but that's okay. I mean, doesn't that make him look more complete? Oh, you're going to take off Mini Warmut? Okay. Yeah, I would keep at it. I'm going to just finish the bases on these guys, and then I'm going to call it quits, guys. But thanks for hanging out and joining in the fun. I'm glad you guys join us and listen to us ramble, and hopefully you guys get some stuff done. I hope we don't distract you guys too much. Yeah, I keep saying that. Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. I think I'm kind of getting in that groove because I got so much done on these guys tonight. It feels good to kind of get this much done on them, considering I just got these guys earlier this week. I'll have to set up my table behind me here and try these guys out. The new rules and stuff, and see how that goes. Oh man, I didn't even have him completely down there. I think there's any spots that I miss around their robes with this black. I'll just hopefully I'll do like the null oil wash that'll kind of help blend it. That was probably more than I need, but that's okay. A little bit of that brown wash there, which it's kind of mixing with the black paint, but it's not really disturbing it. If anything, it's just blending with the brown, making it a little bit darker. Now the Father Frito. Oh god, that cracks me up. Yeah, this guy's a little bit wet down here at the base, so kind of stippling it a little bit so I can kind of get it to blend a little more naturally. Kind of like a wet blending almost there, Isaiah. Kinda. We were talking about wet blending earlier. I'm doing it unintentionally. Or is that intentionally? Because it's there in my way and I'm forced to do it if I want it to not look weird. Keep looking up to make sure I'm in the camera. I have that bad habit of moving closer to my eyes or in the light because I'm kind of out of the light right now. That looks pretty cool. All right, I don't want that. Let's take this guy. And we'll go around this ring. Spread that out a little bit there. There. Pretty much on a black base now. That guy needs some more help. He kind of came up short. I had too much water in my brush and it kind of watered down too much, so you may even need another coat or just make it thick enough here on the ring. That's fine. But I'm going to have to go over the top again. That's probably good enough. Because those rocks that I put on there are going to end up being a blue or a purple anyway for a shadow. Let's see, I got to do this guy. Okay. Do the top a quick second coat. Yeah, this coal black is kind of deceiving by Pro Acryl because it's just it almost dries that flat that it's like, did I miss a spot? It's just the way it dries. Okay, Cultist do their ring of their base. I'll tighten that up with a no oil wash. I have to touch up the bottom of his robes. Accidentally on purpose. Well, I just now saw that. Maybe Mini Warmut. Just maybe. I do a lot of things I say, oh, that was a happy little accident that I may or may not meant to do. I just need a little bit more black for the Father Frito. Where is he? There he is. God, I love that name. That's awesome. Maybe that's the logo I need to put him on him. The little Frito Lay guy. Then he had like the little old school turn of the century mustache, that big curly Q. I used to have one of those a couple years ago. And I got tired of taking care of it. That guy, look. A little bit more there. Here's my one guy that needed, like, I think it's this guy. I have just a little bit paint. Well, I think move my lights so they're lit up a little bit better. So there is some Cultist. There's Father Frito. And then his little minion buddies. And then I got these guys. Cleanup Crew. They need a little bit more work. I want to put some red accents on their gloves. Probably their boots I'll do red too. Or maybe brown, I don't know, or a black. I don't know. I like to do them a color. And then their gas mask, I'm going to do like yellows and greens, I think. Kind of like that biohazard colors. I'm trying to figure out, there we go, where to put him. So he's in focus. And of course, we got to put Seth in the background. We got to put Max the Abs there, wearing his Letterman coat, which, by the way, is a copy of my Letterman coat from high school. And then Holden. So there is what we worked on tonight, guys. Pretty successful considering that I was priming these guys, some of them this afternoon when I got home from work. I mean, a little more details like the Cultist. They have a belt and some accents on their sleeves. That I don't know exactly if I want to do the belt like brown. Do I want to make it a little more like ceremonial robes and maybe make that silver or copper or something? Kind of almost like it's sewed in to their things, or maybe just on Father Frito. I'll do it to make him stand out since he is like the high priest. Clem, yeah, they kind of are the mashed potato cult. The potato sack. Mac wants me to go find some like material, potato sack material, and put it on their bases. And I said I could even green stuff some, or even I could green stuff that, or I've talked about green stuff rolling some potatoes, because some of these guys, their hands are perfectly positioned like they're holding something, so I can have them holding a potato to throw at somebody. I don't know. All hail the all hail the many-eyed one. That's right. You're gonna get, like Bob said earlier, you're gonna get fries with that whether you want it or not. Oh boy. Thank you, Isaiah. Solid work. Just finished the basing touches. Yep. You're just putting finished base touches on your DBL starter box. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you got some ideas from watching me slop some paint on my guys tonight. That's why I like, both me and Mac like doing these kind of group things, because whether you guys are on here, like, in video form when we do our group things, or just you guys being in the chat sometimes gives us a lot of ideas of how to paint stuff when we do these little hobby hangout stuff. I'm very happy with these guys, how they're turning out. I think they look pretty awesome. I mean, I did kind of a new speed paint way with the crew, and then the other guys, I did kind of more my traditional, just a base coat, some wash, and I'm going to highlight them and then add little effect paint details to them. And they're going to be done and ready to get on the table. Shoot, I could put them on the table probably now, realistically. Good times. I'm glad you made it in tonight, Clem. I know it was a little late. We actually started a little bit early tonight, so if you want to go back and rewatch this after we're done tomorrow, don't do it tonight. It's getting late. You're same time zone as me, so 10:49. We're central. I think Isaiah, you're central too, if I remember right. I don't remember. It's getting late. I'm starting to forget where people are from. Some of you guys are regular, so I know where you guys are at. Good times. Thanks for hanging out. See you Thursday. Yeah, you've been missing some Thursdays. We miss you, Clem. You got to come on in. Join the Peanut Gallery in the live studio audience. Well, I'm glad that you did. Trying out the pre-shade on the next thing. Cool. I hope it works out, man. Oh, you are Eastern. Okay, you're North Carolina. I couldn't remember if you were in Georgia or if you're over by Mac's neck of the woods on the East Coast, because he's in South Carolina. So okay. Well, let me. I guess that's all I'm gonna work on tonight, guys. Let me do some switching around here. I'm gonna switch around. I'm going to turn music off too here real quick. And we're going to go ahead and sign out tonight. What did I just do? I have no clue. I think I see what I did. I made my thing full screen. I was like, how did I do that? Boy, it's getting late. Well, guys, thanks for joining me and Mac tonight for our kind of a Halloween stream tonight. You know what? Now you can even see my minis. There we go. Halloween Hobby Hangout. You know, I was working on some Don't Look Back. Mac was working on Deep Wars stuff, but it's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys and chit chat and get some work done. It always makes it go faster. Makes me feel like I actually got something done. Get good ideas from you, and I'm happy to hear that we're giving you guys some ideas too. But if you guys want, we'll do a little bit of business here real quick. Thanks for joining me tonight and Mac on the Hobby Hangout. Please give us a follow, like, subscribe if you haven't yet at all the places. Just please smash that button. It really helps get the word out so other people find the word about these great independent games that we like to cover. And make sure you guys join us every Thursday for our live stream shorts, where we do it with a studio audience on all kinds of gaming topics, or sometimes we feature games. We talk about them. And make sure you check us out if you want audio. We have all our stuff in audio format on Podbean, iTunes, Google, all those places you can find your podcast. Podbean is where they all live. So everything we've ever done in audio form is on Podbean for your listening pleasure. And make sure you stop in at all the social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, all those places, and find what we got going on there. YouTube, we're always posting unboxings. I'm in the middle of working on a playthrough that should hopefully come up in about a week. It is kind of taken me a while to get to it. It's been busy around here, so I haven't had too much time to sit down and actually finish editing it, but it will be on YouTube sooner or later. So just keep an eye open for that. And join us on Discord. We got a growing community there. Everybody's sharing their projects and answering questions if anybody has questions there, and suggestions for games. So it's growing community. It's our favorite place, even over Facebook, because you guys can instantly interact with each other and post pictures. And we just like seeing you guys interact freely on there too with it. And if you want to support us, please, you can visit us at Patreon/Indie Invasion. And if you want to also support us, you can get some merch on redbubble.com, people/Indie Invasion. But guys, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm glad that you got to hang out with us on a Saturday night before Halloween. Wasn't exactly spooky like I was hoping it would be, but I got some nice little creepy guys in the background over here to keep me company, to make it spooky, right? Okay, I'm stalling because I'm trying to find our little sign out. There it is. All right, guys. Well, until next time, and you're slinging paint, prepare yourself for the invasion. We'll talk to you later, guys. Good night.